There we go. Let's get it going. All right, we got some attendees in the house. We got Sean. What's up, Sean? And then we got Zoom user. We got Steve coming in. We got Kara. We got Don in the house. We crushing it. We got everyone in here. What's up, everybody? Give me an energy level check, 1 through 10. 1 being low, 10 being like I couldn't have a better day. Where's everyone at? Minus the note takers. Note takers, you can hold off on your comments of your all your stuff. I'll go 1 through 1 on each one of those. Where's everyone at energy wise? 1 being low, 10 being super high. Like it's the best day ever. All right, let's get these going. Let me clean up the chat really quick on the note takers. We got a 6. Sean, I'll take a 6. I mean, it's a Thursday, right? All right, let me get this going. Let me get my screen ready for you. Righty, this is gonna be cool. This is going to be a good session. Good, good. Okay. 8.5 Zoom user. That's what I can see for the name. So if you actually have your name on there, I can't see it. Probably need to update my name too because it says the WAVV team. Let me rename myself. What's the Jay-Z one? Let me reintroduce myself. Okay, there we go. Sweet. All right. Welcome, everybody. How's everyone doing? Let's do one last check on energy. What's up, Chuck? I see you there. Sophia's in the house. Sophia's going to be giving you a very great lesson today. She's going to take over. I'm just kidding. We got this today. Um, where's everyone's energy at? 1 being low, 10 being high. I see a 6 so far and 8.5. Where's everyone else at energy wise? Where is everyone else at? Let's get it going. I might have to introduce you guys to this thing called the keyboard. Jump on in, drop a comment in there. Let's get it going. We are not doing raised hands just yet on here. We'll bring that back up as we get going through this. What's up, Cassie? Cassie's in the house. There we go. I'm going to mute you, Cassie.
If you want
Uh,
to.
yeah, I'll mute you. There we
Sorry.
go. You're good. I got you muted. Okay. Chuck's in the house. Don, Jose. Okay. Kara, Kathy's, Sean, Steve. Okay. Let's get it going then with everyone. Let's knock it out. If you have any questions, feel free to use the chat. We'll definitely be going through and answering some of that. The biggest thing that I want to share with you today as we get it going is like one of the probably most important things. No, you're good on that. I got you. That's why I like being host. We good. Okay. Okay. You also remind me I need to do my comments to everyone. So we got that. Perfect. Okay. So now let me share my screen. Let's get it going. Absolutely super powerful for what we can do today. Okay. Let me move one thing over, hit share screen, and let's get it going. Oh, there's other note takers coming in, adding some comments. Okay. Can you all see my screen? Yes? Let me know. Just drop a yes in the chat if you can see my screen. All right. There we go. We're good. We're good. We're good. All right. Sweet. Okay. So here's the thing about this. When you're talking about your prospect and so forth, welcome Haley as well. When you're talking about your prospects and everything else, how many of your prospects are you dealing with? And this will make sure I'm going to everyone. How many of you are dealing with cold prospects, warm, or hot prospects? Hot prospects, I would say, are like inbound ads or like they already reached out to you organically, right? Warm being like the, hey, they got referred or something else or someone else did something. And cold, like they don't know who you are. How are you doing this? Zoom user said cold. You can right click on your name, I believe, and change that if you want to change it. But you can keep a Zoom user, or you can just drop in what your name is, and I'll remember Zoom user's name. Um, how is your leads? Like, are they cold? Are they warm? Are they hot? What's everyone's leads coming in? I'm about to introduce you guys to a keyboard right now. If you have a keyboard in front of you, you can type and use it. There we go. What's up, Paul? Paul, I'll remember Zoom user Paul. Let me write my notes right here. I got you. That'll be easy to remember. I got you. Perfect. Okay. What's everyone's leads? Don, where's your leads at? Are they cold, warm, or hot? Chuck, what about you? Carol, Jose, Hera? Let me know if I said that correctly. And Sean and Steve. There we go. Paul dropped in cold. What's everyone working for leads? You are allowed to participate. This isn't a webinar style where you guys sit back the whole time. What's up, Sean from ads getting the hot leads? There we go. Okay, this will still help you out, by the way, Sean, for what you're doing and just a good audit of what you're doing. So we'll actually jump into that. Okay, so as you do this, Carol, you drive with two hands. Don't worry about texting back if you were driving. I get it. So we'll get that for you. I get that. Okay. So the biggest thing on here is that like when you're asking, so this is the whole reason I always like to understand why does this matter about capturing a cold audience and the prospects and so forth, right? Is that if you take someone from cold, lukewarm to book a 10-minute call, that's a really big ask. You're asking someone pretty much to jump the Grand Canyon, which has been done one time on a motorbike. By the way, it was like the smallest part of the Grand Canyon, so I don't know if that was really fair. Because the actual Grand Canyon's huge. But they just don't know who you are, right? And so we'll talk about what aspects and stuff are you sending to them. Assets, I mean, not aspects for there. Because I don't want people just going cold or saying no to you and everything else, which we talked about in session two. So it's the biggest thing. It's more of a softer secondary call to action to get them to learn more, but allow you to keep moving forward and keep re-engaging with them. Probably the worst thing I dislike, and I'm not saying if you do this, I'm not throwing shade or anything else. We're not trying to expose anyone here. I dislike the follow-ups of when you say, "Hey, just checking in," or "Hey, just following up." You are providing no value to them by just following up or checking in, unless you give the aspects of, "Hey, last time we talked, this is what happened," and you're restating the value of the reasons for your call. That makes sense. But when you're just doing, "Hey, just checking in," oh my gosh, I get that all the time still. And it blows my mind. I don't want us to be like that. So I want to show you some different things that we can go and do and give the people to actually show them what we're doing and so forth. This always pops up every single call at some point. If you have any training or replays or anything else, we have a Success Wave Center, right, for the accelerator. And if you need any support on the bugs or technical or anything else, just reach out via email. So I'll drop that in the chat. I like to put that in there because we'll get to FAQs and everything else, which, by the way, you can ask questions at any point in the chat right here, right? And we can definitely answer if it's relevant for right now. If not, we can wait till the end. But at the end, every single time people are like, is this being recorded? Yeah, it's being recorded. We got you. So I wanted to make sure that's up in front and center so you have that ready to go. Okay. Biggest thing that I want you to understand on here is that we have all seen the cache map. So I want to show that towards you just for a second. I'm going to come back up to this. We're going to audit your page, but I want to show you that you have leads on all these different stages right here in the cache map, which we did in a previous session, which we have recorded for you, so you can go and watch that. You're either getting people 1 through 3, sometimes they're ghosts you, a 5 or 6 are you dialing, right? Like Paul mentioned, he's doing cold, so he's probably dialing for dollars and doing some other things for prospecting as well. Before we do that, though, I want to get into the audit. So I want you to understand where we talk with people. But before we do that, I want you to audit your own landing spot. So if you're reaching out to somebody cold, if you're reaching out to someone from inbound ads like Sean's doing, right? What's the assets or what are they first seeing from you to show that you're real? Because, like, for instance, I come from like a marketing agency background. Um, and we do this with our clients as well, is that like the first time our clients reach out to their leads, what is the asset that they're sending to them to basically validate and show that like, oh, they know what they're doing and they're sharing it with me versus just some random person on the phone that I have no clue if they're real or not, right? Like we want to start disarming them. And so I'll actually drop these in here and you can take 30 seconds, just look through them. I won't set an actual 30-second timer. I'm going to drop them in the chat though for you. Perfect. I want to understand. So you can drop some of these in the chat as you have them. It's just like, what are people seeing from you, right? When it comes to all the stuff you're doing. Like, are you just sending a booking calendar, a wall of text? Are you sending a website? If you're sending the website, what's on the website? Right. Don, I believe you shared your website in a previous session, right? We actually went through that and talked through some of this stuff. And then I told you that we had another session planned to go deeper into this. That is this session today. Are you sending them a lead magnet, an asset, a guide, or a checklist? Like, what are you really sending to people? Because if you go from like cold call to booked appointment and you never sent them any assets between that, they still don't know if you're real or not. And so, like, we want to basically disarm them and help them understand the value that you can do. So I want you to look through these questions on here, and the favorite is the last bullet point, by the way, which is in your chat. But if a stranger clicked on your link with zero context, would the page explain who it's for, why it matters, and tell them in 5 seconds, or matters to them in the first 5 seconds? Yes, so Jonathan, that's the whole point of today's session is like the working on the website and reducing the analysis paralysis. So if you take the stuff that I just dropped in the chat and you actually run through these things on here, that will help you get a better understanding about like what do they actually care about and how do we move them forward. So that's going to be the goal of understanding that. But you first have the audit where you are. You are getting access to this document. I should probably put that in here as well. Like important FAQs, yes, you'll get access document. I'll just say it right now. Um, but that's the biggest thing that I would probably share with you is we're going to do that. So now here's the thing is that if we break this down, and I want to have some fun with it, we have all of the same tiers up here, but now we're applying it to how to use it for websites and so forth. This, by the way, in Prospecting on Demand, the coaching group that we're in, yeah, we'll definitely drop the doc. Davian, what's up, man? I got you. Yeah, we'll definitely get you that doc because that doc last time crushed it for you, by the way. That was cool. Um, we're going to get this into you at Prospect on Demand, right? When we do all these coaching things and everything else. This is actually, we have this scheduled to teach our clients next Wednesday. So you're actually the first ones to get this on here. So we've built this out earlier, but we're getting it to you. So we're going to knock it out. Yeah, fist bump. We got you. So now let's talk about the actual assets that each one of these tiers is going to need right here. So let me zoom in just a little bit more because I think the text will get a little bit smaller. So these are your direct text, call someone, they're already paying you because these are current clients in tier one right up here, right? So you can see the different stuff. I'm not going to read every single one of these because you are getting a document so you can look at the different tiers. I'll just cover each one as kind of a high overview because I do want to spend the remaining part of the call actually going through your website. So if you do want to drop your website in, it'll be first come, first serve, and then I'll probably scroll back up to the top and get them. Um, but they already know who you are, right? So when they see your name coming in, is this something wrong? Is there something happened? If you don't have enough rapport with your clients, that's probably the reason why I put this one here first. Is just I want you to do this, right? Just make sure that you have regular check-ins, what's happening. The hardest part that you have to understand too, if you don't check in with your clients often, they might just feel like it's a sales pitch in disguise, right? So that's one of the things you have to watch for if you're not doing regular updates with them, like, oh, hey, great, I haven't talked to you in a while. Reason for my calls, I'm trying to sell you more. Like, you don't want to do that, right? You want to find a different way of approaching it and actually have a real conversation with them. But what you want to do is that, like, after the ask and so forth, are they ready for referrals, upsells, or testimonials? You'll want to find that out so that you can find out like if they're ready for you. So the biggest thing you're going to see this pop up on all of the 6 tiers is like what's the thing that you're going to offer and share. And so for current clients, since you're already working with them and delivering results, you're not going to give them anything heavy like a big document or a big lead magnet or anything else. Mainly just results or recap or like what's working in their stuff. And then a direct ask for a referral, a testimonial or a referral, right? Now, let's back up really quick. If you don't have a testimonial from the client, I want a testimonial first. And then, and your next time reach out to him, that's when I will ask for a referral. I usually don't ask for them at the same time. Can you? Of course. But I at least like to get one thing versus feeling like I'm squeezing that sponge on that client. So if I don't have a testimonial, I want a testimonial from the client first if I can. Okay, let's go to the next part here on tier two. So on tier two, this is your reactivating text. Let's just look at where we are. It's your current pipeline in the last 90 days. You could go longer than 90 days if you want, but this is your reactivation text. So this is you reaching out via text, email, or call to someone who's already raised their hand and have shown interest in what you're doing. So they've seen the name in the past 90 days, right? And so they're kind of just like, oh, what's going into this? You could also reference the reason for you reaching out to basically find out if they're still interested in what you're offering to them, right? Has anything changed is the biggest question you can ask since the last time we talked. Are you now better or worse? Or in this case, like the timing, is the timing better now? The reason why is because, like, for instance, in marketing, doing home services and so forth, Q4 tends to get pretty slow. So I don't know if your industries, you could drop this in and let me drop in the comment really quick in the chat, in the Zoom chat. Seasonal, and then you can either drop in yes or no. Does your business have seasonality or your clients have seasonality for you reaching out to you? Since ours does, we actually do a Q4 holiday blitz. And so we actually teach them how to maintain and get better throughout the end of the year and close it with success. And so that's something that we do to even our 90-day pipeline of saying, hey, we want to reach out to you and show you how you can absolutely crush it in Q4. Is that something that you're looking to do this year? Or are you just trying to hope and pray that it doesn't snow too hard or something, some little fun phrase depending on this. So the biggest thing that needs to happen on this tier is just a short recap stating the past obstacle, if you remember that, if you have the four W's, paired with a relevant testimonial if you can, or a case study that answered that. So, hey, I know that you're struggling with this. Wanted to show you a little bit more about how so and so solved that and how we can do it for you as well. So you really want to pair that because a lot of the times what people don't realize about tier two, and this is why I usually say a lot of times on the current pipeline, is that usually people are one obstacle or belief away from working with you. It's your job to find out what the obstacle or belief is so that we can move forward. Is that fair? Is everyone good with that? Yeah. Let's keep going. Any questions so far? No one responded seasonal yes. So I think everyone's there. Okay, Davion responded. Yep, 100%. We're good. Okay, if you have questions or comments, drop them in there, man. We definitely got you. Or even just feedback on this. Okay. So tier three, past clients, professional networks. This is re-intro. This is your DM of reaching out personal outreach to past clients or professional network. Professional being like LinkedIn or anyone else, Chamber of Commerce's, BNI's, anyone that you work with. Um, this is what they're going to be going through as you're processing this. So you just want to understand how you can solve each one. I'm just going to start jumping down to the best things to share because I definitely want to get to the websites. This is basically like a what's a new with you since the last time we talked? Have you updated the portfolio, your demos, your case study links? You basically want to show like what's new or what's upcoming. It's kind of the biggest thing I like to share. Or like what's the thing that you're working on so that they can stay in the loop with who you are and what you do. So that's the biggest thing that I share here with past clients of professional networks, almost like the email newsletter of the day, right? Like showing that stuff up at least once a month to keep people reactivated and moving forward. On the ghosted maybes, right? These are people that went quiet after having real interest with you. And if you remember, ghosted maybes actually pop up above even current pipeline because they've shown real interest. So they're right there. I would put them in line, but for the sake of the graphic, it's slightly ahead. But that's just something to think about as you're going through here. So they've shown real interest. Um, Sometimes they legit have just forgot about this, right? We'll take and work our leads for our clients, right? For the coaching clients that we have. And sometimes, hey, you mentioned last year about the same time that you were interested. What happened? And there's like, oh my gosh, I just got buried. Is it still open? Could I still enroll with you? And they're like, oh my gosh, yeah. But they never reached out for the full year. So what did that teach the client? I should have reached out to this person because they're still showing interest. The thing that happens here now when it comes about the best offer to share is it can be the same asset and just bring it back up. If it's still the best asset that you have, then you can share the same asset or give them a quote that you already gave them and just reframe it with a two slot time picker being, hey, do you have time either today or tomorrow and give the two times? But the biggest thing is that if you have a better asset that will actually solve their problem, I would show that here. So sometimes it is the same asset or just reminding them of the quote. Usually what people like to do, and this is my personal opinion, so I'm not saying this as a coach or anything else. I personally don't like giving a time delay and giving a smaller quote. I usually like sticking with that quote, moving it forward, unless I find out that yes, I need a smaller thing and I need to give a downsell offer or something else. But I don't like to keep coming back to what's that training them. If I don't reach out to him, then he'll probably give it to me for free later, and I don't want to walk away with that stuff. So that's why I would share that with you, so you have that. When you're looking through this right here on the social media hand raise, this is when you're doing social media posts on like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you might do it for. The biggest thing that you're going to face here, so it can also be an ad and a feed as well. The biggest thing that is going to happen is you have to get past the doom scroll, which is going to be usually with an image. Is this about me or will I care about this? Like for instance, if you show anything sports, football, baseball, tacos, even right? Holy taco, what's up? I freaking love those. Then I'm going to stop and watch that. So you're going to stop me from doom scrolling. But if it's anything like that I'm just not interested in, like I would have no clue what it's about, you're probably going to get me to keep scrolling. It's the same stuff with your content as well. Do they see themselves in your content up front, right? Like, are you saying like, hey, when it comes to life insurance, like, are people thinking about life insurance? Or do you hit them with more of an unbranded approach of like, hey, when it comes to family, right? Like your family in 2027 people are like, oh, I have a family and I want to live in 2027. Like, you have those different things that you can do. So it just comes down to like, how are you actually going to stop people in the scroll? This one actually is what started this whole tier system, was actually this one section right here, because we focus mainly on inbound ads, which was the last session I did with you guys, and I absolutely loved it. And we crushed Davion on that document. But it's one of those things where like you want to give them something to like have them walk away. This is usually a comment or something on your social media post, and then you'll DM them with a link of whatever it is. But a downloadable checklist or guide, and basically I like to show the asset or at least the cover image of it so that they can see that like it is real what I have, and they should be interested in what we're doing for them. And then the last tier, which we'll keep very short, cold call, unknown number. They don't know who you are. Who's this? Like, there's all these objections already that you're going to be facing at this lower tier, which is colder. It is actually the same downloadable asset that you have up here. It's probably going to also work there. But the call's only job is to earn their permission to send it or gather their information and send it. Are you sending it via email? Can you text it over to them? What does that look like? Your job on a cold call is just get permission to send it over. So I know a lot of you have gone from cold call to booking. If you can do that, absolutely great. But if you're in an industry that doesn't have a high success rate of cold calls to bookings and so forth, what assets can you share to them to get them to book with you? Because I usually like to get an asset over and then say, hey, I would love to discuss this, what I'm sending over, whatever the checklist is. I would love to discuss it on our next call. Right? Do you have time today at 3 p.m. or does tomorrow at 10 a.m. work better for you? Which one works better? So I usually get the asset over them, confirm that, and then I confirm a booked appointment if I can. Everyone cool with that? And usually they have some objections. You just got to handle them from there, and we'll teach you how to do that. So that is all of the tiers and the assets that you need to deliver to every single one of those. So you'll see that in the document. You'll just go down here and you'll say the best thing to offer a share, and it's for that tier. So we have six different ones. Tiers 5 and 6 are the same thing, but you just got to find out what can you do to help them out. Everyone good? That's a lot of information, by the way. That's probably the meatiest, beefiest part of this call was right there. Everything else is going to be pretty downhill and fast. And then we'll actually open up the chat, which chat's already open, but I'll drop this in here, drop in your website for us to review. So make sure to drop that in. We'll take it from there, and then we'll look at the different stuff that you can go and do. Everyone cool with that? So go ahead, first come, first serve. We'll do that as soon as we get through this section right here. So the next part is something that we talked about when we showed Don's website, and Davian, we started talking about yours a little bit as well, is the CTA ladder, which stands for call to action. Not every ask needs to be a buy now, which is like e-commerce style, or book a call. I feel like a lot of us have that on there, and that's showing what you want people to go and do. But most people, almost like 3% of people or less, will actually book a call from seeing your website. What's something else that they can walk away with before actually interact with you or calling? So Don dropped in your website. Kudos for that. You'll be first up. And so this is the ladder or the ask that we're going to go through. So when we go through and build this, first you got to get them to view it. So the three different stages that we'll talk about. So what you're asking for is basically, can I send this checklist or guide that they just looked at something, right? And the reason why, and remember, this is focused on cold traffic for this whole entire thing. It's zero risk and zero commitment. It's just an easy possible yes for someone that doesn't know you yet. Now, the term on here, so I'm going to put this, I'll just say it out loud. On the view, there's two different ways to do this. There's one called gated content, which means that they have to give you email, name, or phone number, or just email or something of their contact or information before you send it to them, right? That adds friction, but it'll also build a better filter for the leads. Or what you can do is that if there's the first time they're very skeptical about who you are, your industry, I would do what's called ungated content, where they can just go view that lead or that guide right up front without sending you any information, but your guide is built for them to reach out to you. So those are the two ways to do that. You can definitely test which one makes the most sense. I usually start with ungated content with a call to action to like, hey, if you want to learn more or another piece of stuff, then we build it out for them. Like, let's back up really quick. I would send a checklist of something that they can actually go through and then have some sort of calculator or something else that they can sign up for. So the first piece of content is ungated, and then the second piece that has a little bit more value would actually be gated so they can't get that. That's kind of the thing that I would do for that. So that's stage one. How many people can view what you're doing is probably going to be stage one. Stage two of this is going to be the feedback. Now, feedback is basically finding out what did they think about what they're doing. Is this something that having active conversations as a family about right now, depending on what the industry you're serving. So, like, you basically want to get their feedback in a conversation. This is where the conversation really starts. And then that's what's going to happen. You're going to get them talk about the content, engage. What do they like? And it's easier to have a conversation about that versus you just asking them interrogating questions, is what usually feels like. So, if you can do that, then it really helps out. The third phase is the audit or diagnose. You can choose either word or come up with another word, but this is actually where you're going through their plan or their situation and then showing what you have found to have worked or giving them the guide or the map and basically putting their shoes on and walking through the journey with them. Now, the thing about this is you might have seen marketing stuff from back in the day, and you don't see this as often, which kind of blows my mind because it was really popular, I would say 10 years ago, is it's actually a funnel for what we're doing with this stuff, right? A lot of your people view the content and then people will also get feedback and diagnose. So this is really the top of the funnel, the middle of the funnel, and this is the bottom of the funnel. And the reason why this matters is because, like, if they didn't give you or give you feedback, how do you know when you get to audit or diagnosis that they actually care about what you're doing? So that's why we put those first two phases up there. And if people start at audit diagnose, they might not have the context about what you're doing, so it might be a harder sell. But if they can go through the process, right, then you'll get a much better result for this. And so just wanted to share that with you, what that really looks like. So take that through the steps, look at your pipeline. So now when you're looking through this, right? So like Don, we'll do your website in just a second. And Davion, if you can drop your website in again. And anyone else that call, drop in your website. I really want you to understand how do people view your website and when and where do they give you feedback. No, it's not. Sometimes you could have a chat widget, which I really like on websites, but a lot of times people skip the feedback and they go straight to audit and diagnose. There's no way for them to give you feedback. How can they do that? What can they say? What can they do? Right? So that's probably the biggest thing that I would share with you in that whole entire process. Now, I'm just going to share this with you. It's one of our things that we use in the coaching group. I'm just going to give you a quick little lesson on it, and I'll share the reasons why it applies to today. We teach the rule of 100 for daily outbounds. Golden hours, we teach that you should be prospecting between 1 and 6 p.m. in their time zone. So you can see how much time is remaining. We're about to hit it in Mountain Standard Time, which is where I'm at as well. And the Pacific is just like 90 minutes away, as you can see, right? Then you can go and keep track of all your calls you're doing if you ask for a referral. How many calls is probably the main thing, especially with Wave, that you're going to do is do a ton of calls, right? It keeps track of all those things. So I'm not trying to teach you this thing. You can keep your notes and then you can copy the stats. What we notice though is what we tell people do on that we coach is we said we want you to copy stats, drop your name, email, any feedback on this page, and then we want you to paste these stats, but you can see the stats that update. We have 16 calls up here. It did update with 16 calls. We want you to copy these stats and drop them in here for us. And it drops in there, right? And any feedback on page, name, email. And then this gets uploaded so we can keep track of who's doing it and who's not, right? By doing this and having the feedback on the page, this is our way to keep our clients engaged. And so that's why I'm showing you this, is that this is actually a middle of the funnel. Because then what happens is that we then go and audit and diagnose throughout the week. And we do it about every 5 to 10. So every five that they fill out, which should be a week if they were perfect, right? Every five that they fill out, they get a Loom video. Every 10 that they fill out, we do a one-on-one meeting with them. But we tell them that you have to do the feedback and stats here. So to get this, I know it's a little bit different because it's B2B, but I would learn and want to see how can we apply this for each one of your businesses so that they can take this and run with it. Is that fair? Is everyone good with this? I'll drop yes, no in the chat. Any questions? We'll take a little second here. Dawn is locked in. She was like, yes. She probably typed in yes faster than I typed in yes and no. Like it beat her by like a half a second. Everyone else good? Okay, let's keep going. So, Don, this is actually what we were talking about with your website, and I think Davian, we also probably mentioned to you as well. When you're looking through this with everything that we're talking about, your website needs two call to actions. This is a personal preference, right? So I'm not saying if you have only one call to action that your website's horrible, it's the worst thing. So don't nosedive on me in terms of like, oh my gosh, this is the worst thing ever. The reason why is because most people give them one call to action. But guess what happens psychologically when you give one call to action, like a book a call, let's get started, whatever it might be, right? Just one call to action, it becomes a yes or no decision. So Book a call. Oh, I'm not ready. No, then they're more likely to leave your website because they're not going to reach the end destination. But when you do two call to action, one is a direct offer of book a call, right? Which we have listed right here, like the primary call to action is like, let's go straight to booking. You're ready now. Let's get it going. The other one, like, let's get started, is more of like a learn more button. This is like the give them more information. This is the help them move forward, right? And so that's the biggest thing that I would challenge you with is just making sure that you have those insights as you move forward so that you have both of them on there because now it becomes an A or B option, not a yes or a no. I can't tell you how important that is on websites from a usability standpoint to get people to actually move forward because now they see two options. This is a fork in the road metaphor, right? Of like, do I go left or do I go right? This is perfect versus if they see one, they're just probably going to U-turn and take off if they're not ready for that. So don't put all your eggs in the basket. And so I think this is the example from the session that we shared last time is like life insurance agents homepage only had, yeah, okay. So Don, I'm not going to call you up, but I think this was yours, right? You can be like, forget you, Richard. How dare you, right? I still love Oakland. We're good. Um, but I think you only have like let's getting started. We might actually see those pull up your website again. But if you add a button about like download the 2027 family insurance checklist, now I get this is a beefy text right here, so you could probably cut in half, download or keep it simple or something, right? Just have a contrasting color, it can really match on this, right? So I want to help you understand what that looks like and how we can move forward. So that's the biggest thing. So due to engagement in the chat, we won't take too long on this right now. We'll keep pushing forward so we can get to the end. Um, oh, perfect. I met with the website contact quarterly. I'm open to feedback to share with them. Yeah, we'll get you actually, Don, since you dropped in first, we'll get you all the feedback that you need to give to them. And then any questions, of course, you can bring it back. The biggest thing on this one is like, I would challenge everyone, what would be your primary CTA at this point? Just due to the amount of comments and everything else, we won't do it right now. But I'll drop it in. So if you want to, like, if you want to wake up and start playing full out, we definitely can. But what would be the two CTAs on your website, right? If you want to drop that in and play full out, definitely drop them in. If you drop in your website, we will have time to go through that as well. And then we'll just keep going from there. So I wanted to show you that so you can actually get that going and like move forward and get the stuff going. Two call to actions is better than one in this case. Okay. I want you to build one downloadable asset that they can actually go, one piece of content that can get them on there. So this isn't the hard pitch. This is something that actually gets them move forward. The top three things that we've ever seen is a checklist, a short guide, or a one-page comparison with FAQs. So what to know before you buy, before you sign up, before you do this, right? We actually use that as one of our pages on our website about like, and the call to action and the button actually says before we start. And so the reason why it says before we start is it talks about everything we want to do and know before we actually get started. And then the call to action from there is if you are feeling stuck, you can actually reach out to our chat widget to talk to our team so we can help guide you through this process. That chat widget gets loaded up with people left and right. And it doesn't require anything. It is ungated. So most people are like, yeah, I do want to book. How do I book a time? And then we'll see a booking come in after that person asks for a book the time and then and the link. So like we're seeing it work out really well by keeping it ungated and it's allowing people to go ask questions. So you can also repurpose stuff that you've written, like an FAQ or a blog post or an old email. Any asset you have, you can repackage this. We're actually going to show up with Don's website. Anyone else that drops the website in as well, how we can take this document. I'll share this document with you, and it can help to create assets for you as well. So we build a document so it's easy to understand on a call. You can go back and read it, but it also is what we call AI friendly, to where it's like it is built to actually go use back in your AI as well, whatever AI you're using, which is just how it is nowadays, which is kind of cool. So let's show you what that looks like. By the way, I don't know why these lines are the headings and not these ones right here. So that's kind of funny. Um, Turning a visit into pipeline. This is if the asset works and so forth, then this helps you get in there to where you can actually send stuff. Like I actually have a checklist to make sure that you and your family are all set. So this is using an example from above. Most people only check off one out of the 10 items that are, sorry, two out of the 10 items on here. Do you want me to send it your way? How easy is this? Not, do you want to book a call? Can I just send it your way? It's like such an easy, casual way. If you have to be more professional, like in financial service and everything else, definitely raise the bar and make sure this matches your brand and your tone. But I personally just like casual and like prospecting, just so it's not as aggressive or as formal. So they're like, oh, this is definitely a hunter. He's definitely trying to get me right now. Like, I want to keep it as casual as possible so that it keeps moving forward. And then I usually ask, can I text or email? What's easier for you? Right. And here's the thing, the asset is built to be able to read mobile friendly, so it's not small text where they have to keep pinching, zooming in and out. So I purposely built the content for that. If they do it on their computer, that actually is probably a little bit too big of text, but that's fine. Right. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting older eyes, as you can see. So like the bigger the text, the better. Um, so look at this, right? Is that you name the asset and you create a little tension on here about most people only check off 2 out of 10, right? So it leaves that curiosity hook. You ask for permission, and it's an easy text or email. It's not, do you want it? Yes or no. Like, of course, want me to send it your way? And then say this directly. Can I text or email it to you? It's an A or B. It's not a yes or no. If you say, want me to send it to you? It's a yes or no. But if you say, hey, do you want me to send it to you? Can I text or email? What's easier for you? It's an A or B option now. Try create more A and B options in your prospecting, and you'll absolutely crush it. Same thing can work in social groups, which is tier 5, right? My team, and so I should bullet point this in. Let's go here. Oh, I can't because I'm viewing it. My team built out a guide for looking for insurance in Utah. No, of course, switch where you're at. In 2027, we're looking for feedback. Might send it your way. We actually use this in the social media when we taught that one. This works good. Give me feedback. It's softer than asking for the buy this, right? So everyone's good with that. Of like the ways they approach this, it's very easy to turn them into a pipeline lead if you can do it smart and strategic, like what we're discussing right here. Okay. After the yes, this is where you're signing in, logging into your CRM and your call board. So it's not just a download. And you do a personal follow-up within a day or 2 days. I personally like the follow-up. Now, this is me being a little bit too aggressive right here. I personally like the follow-up within 5 minutes. And here's the reason why. When they download that guide and everything else, if I did get a phone number and I can call them, which you should all be asking for name, email, and phone number, just so you can absolutely call them up. Hey, saw that you downloaded the guide. What was the biggest thing that you're looking to get out of that guide? Is my favorite question, or the checklist. Hey, what's the biggest thing you're looking to get out of that checklist? Oh, well, I downloaded because this or that, right? We can take questions right now. So Don, I'll allow you to talk, I think it is. Let me try that. Get ready, Don. Don, you have 3 people, so I'm going to try this one.
Hi,
Go
honey.
ahead, Don. Hey, how's it going?
It's going well. So I have, it's called WordPress for financial professionals to
Okay.
explain in 3 minutes how different products work. And I have it on
Mhm.
my footer in my email. However, I would like to have it in the body somewhere of my website.
Yes, absolutely. When that is going to pop up, that's a really good thing to have on there. At what point would that make sense in your website? We'll actually review your website.
Okay.
At what point would that matter, or where would they want to see that? So it's not buried in your footer of your website as well, but higher up in the conversation. And
Yes.
that would be the thing I would reach out to your website contact for, saying, "Hey, we need to move this in here to get more engagement." Is that
Okay.
fair?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. No, thanks for jumping on. If you guys also have questions like that, we can take questions now. When is the beginning of the call? We usually like to get started versus like, I got a question about automation. But Don, thank you so much. I will pull you back up in just a little bit. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. So let's go back. See, that's how you guys do it. You play full out like Don. So keep playing full out on here. Where's Paul, Zoom user at, man? You were here for a bit too, and Davion as well. Is everyone eating lunch right now? Drive. I know Carol's driving. Carol, you're off the hook. Um, but let's definitely get in this because we're about to get in the spot where we're going to break down the website and so forth. Don already dropped her takeaways. Hold on, note taker. We're actually going to. Oh, now everyone's note taker is doing that. That's fun. We're going to get rid of those. Okay. So when we're looking through this with everything else, this is stuff that we're going to look through to get happening on here. I'll give you quick references, do's and don'ts, which as you can see, we're about to land the plane and we have enough time to go through these. So this will be awesome. Is do offer one clear named asset. Not let me know if you have any questions. That's probably the biggest thing that people have is like, let me know if you have any questions. If you are this person where you say, let me know if you have any questions, give them the top 10 frequently asked questions that get asked by potential clients every single time. Give them the top 10 questions and make question 11 say, hey, if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us or do this. Make it simple for them to move forward on there. Do give an easy choice an A or B option of text or email. So it requires yes and no extra thought. It's very easy to move forward. Do keep your website primary CTAs prominent so they can definitely see that. So it's easy for them to move forward. And then yeah, we'll talk about this is more of a technical term that can happen. Yeah, and also yeah, multiple places throughout, 100%. Absolutely. Davian, drop in your website again. We'll do both your websites in a third and fourth person if we have time. So make sure you get your websites into the chat and then we can open them up. Um, don't stack more of them. Just have a single message, right? Pick view, feedback, or audit from where they're at. Don't try doing all three at the same time. Like, hey, thanks for viewing this. You want to audit? And they're like, whoa. And don't let their hand raises go unanswered. That's why I said the speed of the follow-up matters. So if you're doing like a social media post and someone makes a comment, you want to be able to comment back fast. So I'd be watching that post for the next 2 hours and just keeping it up. Perfect. Thank you for that. And then we can get that going on there. That was the Black and Gold website, right? I freaking love that one. Freaking awesome. And so, yeah, we'll get that going. By the way, if you and Don kept your website together, then you'd be like the Lakers and it'll be okay. Now, I know, Don, you're an Oakland purple website, though. I mean, come on. Purple and gold. There we go. Okay, so we're good with that. The action items, just to share with you really quick, I want you to audit your website. We're actually going to do the action items right now for Don and Davion, and then if one other person wants to drop in their website, we can do three. Just going through this. Yeah, Laker fan. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Now we'll see who the real Lakers fan when LeBron left, right? Okay. I do have his jersey, by the way, so that was kind of funny. We'll audit the website. We'll actually look through these things. I'm going to show you, we're going to do the same exact thing we did with the inbound ads. You're going to upload this document and get feedback on it as well. And then Don's case, you can take that. Davion, you can just take this straight to your vibe coding platform and go get this built out pretty fast and get the updates that you want as well. So I want you to write out your own version of what the checklist is. We're going to actually run it through AI, so I'm going to show you that. It's going to be really cool. And then track how many views and feedback responses you get this week, and then follow up with every single one of them. So that's the actions that you want to go and do. Is that fair? Everyone good? I'll explain what the next session is. Owning, so this is orienting yourself with the WAVV best practices will be the next session on Tuesday. So super excited for that session. But since we have time today, we're actually going to go through the two websites. We can do three websites on there. So if one more person wants to drop in, we can help you out. I'm going to actually show you this whole entire process and go through this and actually help you to get this all built out and ready to go. Okay, so we're good. Let's open up the two websites. And then while I have your website open, Don, I'm going to have you pulled up as a panelist. Is that fair? We're good? Don, I see two people, so I'm going to try just doing one of them to promote the panelist. And then Davion will pull you up as well. Perfect. Okay, so I asked for you to join us as a panelist. There we go. Yeah, by the way, I like it. You're like, I'm on the Hills team. What's up? With my last name. Okay, so let me show you this. Let's get your website pulled up. Davion, I'll pull yours up as well, and then we'll talk about it in just a second.
Thank you for
All
being
right.
my cheerleader.
Oh man. Hey, it's the wedding DJ in me, man. I freaking love it. I'm like, what's up? Let's go. I'm like always having a blast. Always. I haven't wedding DJed since like 2019 though. My agency took off. Okay. So we'll do these ones. Don, we're going with yours first. And so here's the thing, Don, we're going to go and do is that when you look through the audit, so I'll kind of go back and forth. It should flip back and forth. Okay, it is. When we look through this, I just would go back and ask initial questions. We're not going to do it hardcore because I want to jump to the really cool spot of this. But basically, what do they see first? Is a wall of text. Are they ready to book today? So, like when people see this, right, one step at a time, financial security starting with a simple conversation. Let's get started, right? If I click on this, so I'm going to walk through this really quick. When I go through there, this is me starting to talk with you on here. And so that's a get started versus like, am I ready to talk with you? And so, Don, you can correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm not trying to get super nerdy on the stats, but how many calls are you getting from people that you don't know anything about to this button on here?
I'm not. That's why I'm here.
Yep, yep, absolutely. Okay, so that's gonna be the biggest thing about like, I would even challenge you. I love the let's get started, right? But I still want one more piece of information before they jump into account only for that. You know what I mean? Like, what do they need to have an understanding about? I'm not trying to add too many hurdles or barriers that they need to do before they actually connect with you, right?
I
I
think
would want to
that
have that.
I
Go ahead.
think what you said, and I do have the FAQs in my blog. So I think I
Hmm.
need to take and make that a link that they can click on and go through and understand why they should
Hmm.
connect.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so let's actually have some fun with this, right? I'm going to take that aspect there. And you have that, wait, you already have that in a blog? Is that correct?
Yes, dear.
Awesome. Oh, you're too nice. Which blog would you think it is? Which one is it? Is it the
It,
essential insurance?
yes.
Okay, perfect. So
What
watch
is it?
this. So now what I'm going to do, let me give the document to everyone just so you all have it. So let me download the PDF and then also share the link. Okay, so I have that. And then let me grab share link so I can share that with everyone. Copy. Let me give you this link really quick. Okay, that should work. I'm dropping this chat for everyone so you can take this document and then I'll also drop in the PDF. So you should be good. All right, so the document is in the chat for everyone.
You're so
Don, we're gonna walk
savvy.
through your stuff. I'm trying. Next time I'm gonna do it with my eyes closed. Watch. Just gonna close my eyes and see if I can do it.
Ah, yes,
Okay.
you can, Rockstar. You can do it.
Let's go. See,
Let's
I'm the
go.
cheerleader. You're freaking throwing down. Okay, let's do this PDF because I know people like the PDF. We actually need the PDF. Everyone needs the PDF for this reason. Okay, so Don, we have your website, we have everything else, we have the blog post, right? Now what I'm gonna go and do is let me get ChatGPT pulled up. So give me 1 second. I gotta share that screen for that one. By the way, I ran out of session this morning, so I was kind of a little scared that like, oh my gosh, I ran out of sessions. Okay, let me share that screen and I'll pull it back over as well. So I know that you're seeing the blog post right now. You should be able to see the ChatGPT. Okay, we're switched over. This is as simple as I'm going to do. I'm going to grab the PDF that we have, right? And I'm going to drop the PDF in here. Everyone good so far? That's step one. Grab the PDF, drop it in there. Step two is I'm going to go grab Don's website, right? I'm going to drop it in the prompt saying, can you review my website? And then I'll drop it in here and help me build out all of the assets and improvements. I'm giving you this prompt as well. Improvements, and I'll give you the chat GPT thread. Improvements mentioned in the PDF. So now, and I'll drop this in chat for everyone if you're playing along, right? Davion's probably gonna do this and then tell me he's finished it all. Um, Website, let's do
That's what
this.
we
I'm
do,
dropping this.
baby.
I know you guys are too fast for me. Website URL. I knew it. He dropped the LOL. I know he's doing it right now. I know it. He's following along, knocking out. He's like, I'm doing it fast here. That is the prompt I just used right now. So you don't have to type it out word for word. I gave you the prompt as well. But then what I also like to do is I'll go shift enter a couple times so I don't hit enter. I have it pull up on the other screen, but I'll show you. I'm just going to go copy the whole entire website, right? And so let me actually show you how I'm copying the website. 'Cause some people are like, wait, you copy a whole website? If I pull it up right here, I do Control or Command A, depending on the computer you're using. That will grab everything on here. So you see it, everything is highlighted. And then all I do is I scroll to the bottom, make sure everything's highlighted. And I choose a text that's not a link and I right click on it and I hit copy. Control C, right? Or Command C, whatever you're using. Then I go back in the document and I hit paste just for the home page. So now if you notice the whole homepage is posted in here as well. And the PDF is in here with my prompt. So now let's see the magic that's going to happen. Don, I'll also give this to you as well, the ChatGPT link. And anyone else can go use the link and just use it for your business. Anytime when we did this for like Davion's website, it did take too long. It took like 15 minutes. By the way, I like how 15 minutes is too long to deliver like 12 pages of glory. But this is still one of those things where like it's going to take a little bit of time. It might take some stuff on here, but it's going to help build up the different assets. And usually, what happens in Claude and ChatGPT, I think even Gemini and Perplexity, all of the other AIs, they build up documents for you now, is what we're kind of asking it to do. No worries, Sean. We'll definitely have the recording so you can watch the remaining of this. Cool. And any questions you have, definitely bring it back in and we'll help you out. Um, so we have that. And then this is going to pull this in here and start auditing and pulling the stuff in. So that's what the whole goal of the document is to build this out. Is that fair? Are we good so far?
Perfect.
Sweet. After it finishes, because you can see that you can actually see all the stuff it's doing right here. Well, it gave me a drop down, but now it doesn't have that. Um, is I would go and I know I don't have it here, so let me pull it back up. Your blog post is like, we'll see what it gives me in terms of call to action. But if it doesn't give me like a secondary call to action, all I would do is copy this whole page right here, right? And bring this in saying, hey, can we build a call to action around this page, around this blog post? So we'll give it time to do this. Don, since you're up right now, do you have any more questions on this, or is this pretty
Yeah.
straightforward?
This
Go
is
for it.
very straightforward. I use both. I think Claude is a little sharper with regards to
Hmm.
writing than
Hmm.
ChatGPT. ChatGPT gives you the information. Claude
Hmm.
gives you, it's very clean. You can actually use it. If you have a teacher or somebody, an English major, looking at your stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. 100% agree. And that's the thing. Yeah. And so I think the only reason I use ChatGPT for this is because of the searching that it does. But like, yeah, Claude's really cool. And the only reason we can't use Claude right now, I ran out of session limits. So it was like, hey, your next session is in 3 hours. So like, I can't use it right now. So I was a little bummed. I should have not used it this morning, is what you're basically telling me. But yeah, so you can definitely even take this and run it back in Claude and compare and contrast. So it should be pretty cool. Sound good?
Sounds perfect. I love it.
Awesome. And then let's get Davion up here since you dropped in your website as well. We'll get both of you up here. Um, let's go into where is it really quick? Give me 1 second. Oh, there we go. Davion, there we
He
go.
said Chat GPT for the win.
Oh, see, now we're gonna have debate for the rest of the 10 minutes. We're gonna have debate. Ding, 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 ring the bell. I like Cloud 2 for good. Okay, see, you guys do agree. We're all Lakers fans here. Everyone on this call is a Lakers fan, so we're okay. Davion, welcome to the call. Thank you for jumping up. Um, I'm going to try getting yours started as well. You can see it's taken a while. Unless, Davion, have you already started this process and done what I just did? Jump on the mic.
I sort of did, but I decided I'm gonna hold off and wait until to see how you do it first.
I got you. The only reason why I asked that is because this is what I stopped and do, and then I'll review this. Is that we're seeing it's just going to take time, and I don't remember if ChatGPT can give me concurrent chats. And so, like, I'll go back through and do the same thing in this chat and see if it works as well. The only time is I've seen it sometimes where like it won't go like it stayed this fast, so it's not as detailed. So now let's go here. I'll do the same thing. I'll swap out the website. Don't worry, we got that. Don's like, use my website for everything. Hold on, hold on. We'll use both websites. Okay.
Can you can you uh
Go ahead.
never mind.
No,
I
go for it.
forgot you already
You're
put
good.
it in the chat.
Yeah, the prompt. Okay. So we got that prompt. Let me go grab your website. Freaking looks so good, by the way. I love it. Both websites look good,
Pretty
by the way.
good.
I was remember seeing this, like, what? What are we doing here? This is awesome. Okay. So let's do
I like
this.
that
Let me.
picture
She doesn't like your website. She just likes the pictures. She's like, websites are out.
because
Good
people
Thank
professional picture,
always
though.
look at the picture. They don't read.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Look at this picture too. I mean, you guys are doing it right by having yourselves up there, front and center. Who am I dealing with? Exactly, right there. Okay, let's drop in the homepage here as well. Okay, so we got the whole homepage. We'll drop that in, but as you can see with this one, it's just going to take a while. So it's kind of like what we'll do now moving forward is that if anyone has any questions, either drop in chat. If you're up as a panelist, Don and Davion, you can definitely just unmute yourself. If someone else is saying that they need a chat, I mean, jump on the mic, drop that in the chat, we'll help you out. But I think this would be a good time for questions. We can even, just while we're waiting for this right now, I'll keep the screen shared. If you have any questions, we have three amazing people from in the as panelists right now that you can ask questions about Wave as well. And then if it's a longer question, you might have to just reach out to support for that, and they can help you out there. Is that fair? Is everyone cool with that?
Yes. So
Ground rules?
if you
Go
go
for it.
back to my website,
Yeah.
because last time you said I needed to put another button. What was the button you wanted me to put next to Let's Get Started?
Yeah, absolutely. So let me actually go show you that really quick. That button that I want you to do, and it's funny because I actually used yours as an example. The button I wanted you to use is going to be right here. Let me know if my screen's okay. My screen switched over. It's too long of text, but I wanted you to use this one right here. And like, because you have only let's get started, right? Is the
Mm-hmm.
download the 2027 family insurance checklist. Now, that might be too long of like a phrase. And so, what I would do, and I'm just going to do it right here. Let me just go back in the where can I show this to you at? Okay, hold on. Let me go back to ChatGPT. I would want it to be, bam, there we go. I would want the checklist button because it's big. Instead of being like this long right here, I would want it to be like in two spots like this, but centered, if that makes sense.
Yes.
I mean, it's still pretty beefy of a thing on there. So, like, I don't know if it'll throw off your website hardcore versus like, let's get started here. And if you put it right next to this, like, let's just go draw it really quick. I'm not going to draw out the words, but like, if you put the button here in a different color, line one and line two, will the button be too big? That's the only thing you have to watch for. I'm not too big on that, but like, I also want to
Well,
make sure that like it makes sense. Cool.
well, we can make the button where the let's get started is um, centered.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
100%. Absolutely.
and then to download the 2027, is it FAQ? What is it? Download.
The family insurance checklist. You could even take out the word insurance because I think they'll know by then. You can even just do
Yeah,
download the 2027 family checklist.
yeah, I like it.
Or, yeah, just whatever you like. And see, this is the thing where like a lot of people ask me for my exact input, but there's so many nuances that like your industry and your clientele better. And so I want to
Hmm.
trust your preferences. And that's why I tell everyone is trust your own preferences. Like whatever I'm teaching up here doesn't have to be gospel or word for word. It is not law of how you guys have to be building your call to action. Because like for instance, I gave someone I think it was last week, I gave someone like a call to action button and they put it up there. I was like, oh, that was just the idea. Like it still needs massaging. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm just gonna follow whatever you say. I'm like, I get that, but you know your industry a lot better than me. And they're like, oh yeah, I would do this button instead, but you said to do this and you're the expert. I'm like, you are
Wow.
still the expert in your industry. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, some leaders don't lead themselves. So, sorry that happened to you. So,
No, no, it's cool. Hey, in the second hour of this wave call, Don's gonna take over and teach us about lead. I'm down for that session. That is real talk, right?
right. Because I'm
100%.
I'm thinking download the 2027 FAQ would be more appropriate.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
because it may be a business owner, it may be a family, it may be a nonprofit. But if you
exactly.
if you say download the 2027 FAQ, that's more general.
hmm You know what you could also do is the very next section on here. I love having your name and everything right here, either before this or after this. Put those three boxes on there about, hey, you're a business owner, family, or nonprofit, and
Ah,
download the checklist today. You know what I mean? Download the 2027 FAQs, or the headline should be, what questions should you be asking and answering in 2027? We can help. Download it today.
yeah. So I would do business owner, individual, family,
hmm Yes, that works. That works.
because all of them, it
Perfect.
took me forever to figure that out, but that's okay.
Hey,
The
you
nuances
got
you
it down.
you get in
Oh
there
yeah.
and yeah, oh my God, you
Oh my
think too
gosh. Yeah.
much.
Well, and
Oh
that's why I
well.
tell people, most people in Wave probably don't have to deal about this, but like if you come from a marketing background, people get analysis paralysis. And I think that was just mentioned on the top of the call from Jonathan, where it's just like we focus on too many people and we do too many things versus like, how do you get really known? Because, like, for instance, one of my favorite things I love is someone said, oh, I do mortgages, but I do it for first time home buyers that speak Spanish and they were fluent in Spanish as well. So that's who they help mortgages. It's such a sub niche that, like, you're gonna go to them versus just like the person that does random mortgages. Like, oh, I do
Hmm.
mortgages for everyone.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's gonna
cool,
be
but
a niche. Yeah, you gotta be
exactly.
not so. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Talking
Look
about
at
the
we're going.
gaps. I love it.
Oh, look how much stuff it gave to us.
Yay us.
Uh, oh, it even built out the thing. It looks like.
Yes, it did. Look at
Okay,
that.
let's go. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have some fun really quick. I'm gonna share this first, and then we're gonna go look at it, and then
Okay.
hopefully by that point we'll come back. But if you
Okay.
notice, let's back up just to the top really quick. It took 10 minutes, so that's why I was like, we need some time to make sure we got this dialed in. Okay, so that's the first chat GPT. Let's go look at it. Oh, even doing your colors. I mean, come on. That's pretty cool. One
Yeah,
step
have
at a
it built
time.
into the website.
Mm. Give you 10-point review. Of course, you can switch up the verbiage on 10-point review.
Mm-hmm.
What actually matters on that? That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you okay, I'm gonna get nerdy for a second here. So this might be
Come on, bring it on, nerdy. I'm
okay.
right there with you. I'm right there with you.
Double. Okay, you're on with this. I'm just giving the caveat that some people this might be too much. Here's what I would recommend: if you could take these questions and put it into some sort of app or cloud artifact or something that's interactive, to where when they click yes, you it pops up with like an affirmation of like, okay, yes. Who depends on your income? Now, yes doesn't make sense to this. I get that, right? But when they answer one of these questions, what would you say to somebody when they answer that question? Like, if you're not sure, this is something that you need to know how many people depend on you, right? If they answer no, like, okay, you must be, single and treating yourself, right? Versus like, yes, okay, now everyone matters. There's people that depend on your income. So I almost want like the affirmation at the end about like what's happening with that. Cool. I can actually show you what this looks like in real time. I built it out for a
Yep.
website. Let me go show you what this looks like in real time because it is a kind of a foreign concept, and then we'll come back to this. Let me make sure this is in here. Okay, my screen should have shared over. Epoxy demo is one of the industries that we work with, right? How much should it cost you? I'm going to jump down, skip all this stuff because it doesn't matter to you. But when people fill this out, this section right here is actually all based on the numbers above. So if I switch these numbers here, it actually switches the numbers down here. Do you see how the numbers are kind of switching down there? It switches. I need them to know that actually what's going to happen by doing this and the final verdict and everything else. What's going to happen? So this stuff is dynamic and it switches. It was built in Claude, and so this is an artifact I imported in from Claude to actually dynamically change based on the results of what happens.
Uh-huh.
Cool. So if you're able to do that, that would be cool.
Yes.
But that is
That's
above
what
and
I use
beyond
it
that.
for. Yes.
Oh, perfect. So you already know about that. So if you're
No,
nerdy
that's what
enough
I
like
use.
this, then we'll get it.
Yes.
Cool. Perfect. Okay.
Yes. So
Didn't
I'll do that
nail
in
your
Claude because
go for it. You're good.
because Claude gives me the detail when I'm building out for when I'm working with my team doing a one-on-one. I'm building out for a trying to go. It
Mhm.
backs you into that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I get that.
Hmm. So you
Okay.
can do the same thing
So
here. Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely. Okay, so this walks through. I like it. It has your next steps at a whole new page of what they want to do and so forth. So this works out really well. You could put this in form. Let's go look at the next two things and then see if Davion's is also done. It gives you, so this is what I'm saying. Take this to your website contact, right? Review what you like and don't like and then make the changes. But it talks about the ones that go and add and different stuff. Let's see if it actually gives it to you. Yeah, okay, so it gives you the content that you can go and review and see if it makes sense. Oh, look, it even said the family checklist, and we didn't hit enter on that. Get the 2027 family checklist, right?
It's
Now I know
listening,
that
honey. Of course it's
you're
fair.
telling me, right? Hey, you want to know something funny? Talk about something you don't know anything about. Like, I don't know anything about golf, and I talk about golf, and I put my phone next to the golf channel, or whatever it is, right? Like some free channel. And then I
Uh-huh.
started getting ads for golf, and I was like,
Yeah.
come on now, come on.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it nails it for you right here. So definitely review this. I feel really good with what it's getting you. Of course, we're not focusing just on family, so of course you can pull that out. You know the nuances here, and it gives you landing page copy. So this is awesome.
Hmm.
Three-step email sequence, awesome. It gives you even the emails and the text scripts as well, and then ready to use tier assets as well for the different stuff. That's if you want to input the stuff to make them custom. Okay, tracking launch, tracking setup. 7-day launch plan. Okay, if you had to do it in 7 days before publishing, yeah, it nailed it. It's pretty cool. Did you get the
Yeah,
link
that's
in
why I like Claude
ChatGPT?
better.
I get it. Claude's amazing. Don, did you get the link in the chat?
Yeah. No, I didn't. Let me get it right now.
Okay, make sure you grab it. It's the first one. And
This
so
is
I'll put,
it. No, that's
yeah,
Richard.
so
Um,
the bottom one on there, it should pop up. It should go to
I see
everyone. So this
Richard. I
should
don't
be,
see.
do you see the one for Don? Sorry, I spelled Don wrong. Let me add it. Two ends. Okay, there we go. Do you see it in the chat in
I
the Zoom
see
chat?
three dots. I don't see the whole thing. Maybe it didn't come through yet.
Okay, if it didn't, does
Collaboration.
anyone else see it or is it just me?
I see Richard. I see what you sent to Richard.
I just dropped it again. It's the same exact chat.
Got it. Wait,
Okay, perfect.
wait. No, I see Richard. It's not. I see David. Let me open this up so I
It's
can
the
see.
same link.
Which one, Richard?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they're
the
all the
same
same
link.
link. I sent it to you
Yeah,
too.
okay, perfect.
Oh, they're all the same link. I see.
Yeah, sorry, it's the same link. I just dropped it again on it just in case it didn't happen or anything else. Damian, let's go over to you, and then I'll share this. And of course, you guys can take this, run with it, and so forth. Let me do this one really quick and share this just so I don't forget. Because I did that 2 days ago, by the way. I was like, all right, thank you guys all so much, everything else, and then I took off. And everyone, dude, the support chat got blown up for the call because everyone's like, "Where's the link?" Poor support team. I legit sent them like I think a Starbucks gift card or something for their team because their support team got flooded with a whole bunch of questions about where Link was. So I'm almost like scarred by it now. It was funny. It's all cheeky and fun now, but um.
Oh,
So
wow. I
Don,
need to show you what I got. It's not what we were looking at. Interesting.
no, it's
No,
not the website review stuff.
no.
Click on it. Okay. If it doesn't, then I'll just try it. Hold on. I'll try to share in the document. So let's go through Davian's really quick, and then I'll just share the links. I'll try getting that over to us, and then we'll call it.
Okay.
Davian, let's go look at yours really quick. See, and here's the thing. We did the same exact prompt, but it came up with slightly different content, which is
Yeah, see,
always,
that doesn't look like it doesn't look like that.
yeah, okay. We'll look through that and see what we can do for it. Um, Yours came up with a priority scorecard. So this is the weird part about AI sometimes, right? Like it came up with a completely different structure. It gave you a priority scorecard what to go and fix on here of the different stuff. So that's a little interesting. Of course, take this for what it's worth. I'm not saying this is gospel, like you have to go and
I
follow
kind of
this.
like his better though.
I know that's the hard part, but that's why I share the ChatGPT things. Because if you like his, then what you basically say is you upload this asset saying, hey, can you give me more of the assets like this one? Because that's the hard part about AI sometimes, right? Is that like we want this for what's happening, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have that. Thank you page, next test. Downloadable assets. Okay. Start talking more about that. Script for every prospect in the tier. That's pretty cool. They gave that. Don, I did not choose this. AI chose to do this one better, for the record. I don't know why. We did the same exact stuff.
Well, it's
But this
because
one
of what's inside of his website.
could be. Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Okay, so now we know what we need to go and look at and so forth. That link is also in the chat so you can see through that. But it builds out a really good plan for this. This is really good.
Yeah, not mine
I
is
don't
not
like the
that good.
format.
Yeah.
I'll take the blame for that one, Don. I'll take the blame for that one.
No, no, it's no
I don't need
blame.
it.
We're working
That
here
was
as a
cute.
team. It's all good.
We got it. We got it.
Yeah, it's all
Okay,
good.
so this is good. Okay, so Davion, that's good for that one. It gave you a couple more assets, so let me actually go find those really quick.
I think it's his picture.
We're going back to the picture. It's the picture, man.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. I appreciate that.
I love it. I love it. Okay, yes, this is good stuff. Part two, breaking it down. Of course, the structure can be fixed, but like, yeah, this is great stuff. Okay, so those are the two things given here. Okay, so both ChatGPT links are in the Zoom chat. Is everyone good with that? We're good? Awesome. Hey, you guys get fireworks. Um, Don, Davion, anyone in the comments? Anyone have any more questions before we go?
Yeah, I'm gonna run it through chat. I mean
Perfect.
through 'cause it didn't do it. I don't I'm just gonna go through and copy because it could be also the way that the website is laid out,
Hmm. Yeah,
very much so.
yeah, absolutely.
Hey Don, I'll just share this quick thing. Everything happens for a reason. You love Claude. Claude is your favorite. He posted the prompt in the chat. If you follow that process, I'm sure it probably will give out exactly what you're looking for, especially since he has a history on you and all of that.
Hmm.
So, I was able to open it. It looks good. If you want to reach out to me offline, you can reach out and I'll see how I can, share anything that's working for me if that works for you.
Oh,
Okay?
thank you, sweetie.
Yeah,
I'll put
absolutely.
my number in the chat.
I got you.
Sweet. Awesome. Good work. Good work. Cool. Okay, so Don, you got that handled. Davion, anything else we can help you out with?
No, great session today. I appreciate it. I think the document is definitely going to be helpful because
Yes.
the more information you feed the AI, the better they are to the result that they give you. So I appreciate that. I'll go back and rewatch the first 10 minutes, but thank you, man. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. 10 minutes, just look through the top of the document that when you jumped in. And if you're like, man, I really want to understand the insights, and I watch the first 10 minutes, but like you got a bulk of what we covered on here, so you should be good as well, just to keep knocking out and executing. Sound good?
Just to give it some feedback as well, I do
Yeah.
like that each session connects with the one either before or the one we're going into, because it's like building the house, you start at the foundation and you're trying to get to the top. So I really like that as well. So like all the documents, they're referencing each other and things like that. So it's easy to follow.
Yes, and that's the thing. And there will be a spot where we call it like we're going to come up for air and just look at all the documents and kind of do like a recap of where do you need to be at in your journey, right? Like what are we doing? So we have those planned out. We're pretty good at planning this stuff, but like, yeah, thank you for that feedback because that's something that I'm really focused on. Because when I first did the coaching, it was just a lot of stuff. I'm like, wait, I had to connect the dots myself, and I was like, I'm confused on where we're at in the journey. And they're like, oh, what do you mean? I was like, we got to start at the front and work our way through. So you can imagine that we had some of this stuff already built out from the very beginning, and I just can't wait to give it to you guys. I was like, oh, I can't teach it day one. We have to wait, right? But now
Yeah,
we're here and we're getting to the stuff that's going to make huge impacts with what you're already doing. So thank you for that feedback. It's
love it,
really
love
awesome.
it.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to pull you both down back into the thing. Thank you for both being panelists and always playing full out. We'll go back through. I'm just going to read off the people's names: Chuck, Jonathan, Kara, Paul, Zoom user. I got you. Steve, Casey, Tom. Do you guys have anything else? Drop it in the chat. And if you guys are playing full out in the chat and so forth, because I already feel like I know Davion and Don as well playing full out, so like it's easy to pull them up into the panelists. But like I want you guys through these sessions playing full out in the comments and so forth. Now is your time to ask any comments. So I'm not going to stay for too long, but if you have a thing, drop in the chat. We're definitely there to help you out. Um, yes, good question, Tom. So the previous sessions, I'll grab that and drop that in the chat for you for FAQs. It's going to be in the Success Center for WAVE, and so I'll drop that in right now to you. It's going to be there. Let me know if you got this in the chat. That's a really good question, Tom. Okay, so we should be good there. Okay. All right. Hey, for session two, by the way, we're going to put Dawn as the host, and she's going to teach session two about leadership. We're going to dock that out. Yeah, there you go, Tom. Okay. If you were good, I'm just going to do the peel off method, right? If you are good, feel free to leave. The session is done. And so I'll actually like pause the recording, or yeah, we'll stop the recording, and I'll stay on for like 5 more minutes max, I would say. So I'll stop the recording.